Hello, Reds fans. Welcome to the YNWA Transfer News Channel. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for your daily latest news.
Alexander Isak edges closer to €162 million Liverpool transfer. Liverpool are reportedly ready to submit an offer worth a potential €161.7 million for Newcastle United striker Alexander Isak, with the proposed deal now getting closer. The Sweden international has been on Liverpool's radar for several months, but their pursuit of his signature looked as though it would end following their decision to make Eintracht Frankfurt forward Hugo Ekitike their second most expensive signing in history at €95 million. However, Isak subsequently handed in a transfer request at St. James Park, and he has travelled to former club Real Sociedad in order to train alone away from the senior Newcastle squad. Eddie Howe's side are desperate to keep the 25-year-old after missing out on Liam Delap, Joao Pedro and Ekitike so far this summer, but Isak is determined to complete a blockbuster move to Liverpool and a transfer is on the cards. The Sweden superstar has already agreed personal terms with the Reds, and Liverpool have now ramped up their pursuit of his signature, as per multiple sources. Alexander Isak to join Liverpool? There is a growing confidence that Isak will move to Anfield before the end of transfer deadline day on September 1st, and Liverpool journalist Dave Ockop claims that Arne Slot's side are ready to pay an upfront fee of €69.3 million, £60 million this summer. A further €69.3 million would follow next year, taking the total guaranteed fee to €138.6 million, £120 million, while Liverpool would be willing to include a further €23.1 million, £20 million, in potential add-on payments. Isak scored 27 goals and provided 6 assists in 42 appearances across all competitions last season, with Mohamed Salah the only player to tally more than his 23 Premier League strikes. Newcastle are interested in signing RB Leipzig striker Benjamin Sesko if Isak departs St. James Park this summer, while Brentford forward Jon Wissa is also on the Magpies' radar. Celtic and Premier League rival Liverpool star left out of pre-season tour. Celtic and Fulham are considering moves for Liverpool star Federico Chiesa. The duo are interested in taking the Italian international on loan. Chiesa, 27, was Liverpool's only summer signing 12 months ago but was not included in Arne Slot's pre-season plans. The attacker missed out on the squad that travelled to Asia on tour despite featuring against Stoke and Preston in the Merseyside club's first friendlies of the summer. The Euro 2020 winner was said to have suffered a minor issue that was being assessed by Liverpool's medical staff. However, he was involved in training before his teammates departed. The former Juventus star struggled to break into Liverpool's side last term after injury impacted his start to life at Anfield. And now Chiesa faces greater competition following the arrivals of Florian Wirtz and Hugo Ekitike in recent weeks. Nevertheless, there appears to be no shortage of interest in the player's signature. Reports suggest Celtic and Fulham have been monitoring Chiesa's situation, while Atlanta and Napoli have both been linked with facilitating a return to Italy. Chiesa made just 14 appearances last term and played just 6 times in the Premier League. Slot entrusted little over 100 minutes to his charge in Liverpool's title-winning campaign. Speaking in June, the Liverpool ace suggested he would be happy to stay at the club. However, "The year is over, but it's an experience I would do again," Chiesa told Corriere dello Sport. "Soon I will sit down at the table with the club, my agent, Feli Romanani, and my family to find the best solution. I wouldn't mind staying in Liverpool at all." Despite struggling for playing time, Chiesa there was good reason that he was not involved more. "If you think that I arrived in Liverpool on August 26th and found myself catapulted to another planet, with other teammates, without having trained with them, but with a trainer, no friendlies, nothing," he added. "And if you remember, in the autumn Liverpool were going 3 times as fast as the others, an incredible intensity. Up until the match against PSG, Liverpool was ahead of everyone, in the semi-final of Carabao and among the favourites in the Champions League, which PSG won. Could I start to discuss the choices of Slot, who has always been very respectful towards me, as well as the club? I was up against the Ballon d'Or, or one of the candidates for the award, in Mohamed Salah. On the left, there were Luis Diaz and Cody Gakpo. Slot also made me play as a 9. It was Max Allegri who changed my position, suggesting that I move to a second striker to score more, and I scored my goals. The desire to play was there. I put it aside. I understood the situation. I put aside every form of individualism. Liverpool transfer news recap: Alexander Isak agreement, Rodrigo interest, Mark Gahey pursuit. The new Premier League season is edging closer with teams in pre-season action. The Reds earned a 3-1 win over Yokohama FM on Wednesday as they had to come from behind to pick up their third triumph as part of their preparations. Florian Wirtz, Trey Nyoni and Rio Ngumaha were on target as they now head back to England with the return of top-flight football on the horizon. It was also confirmed that Luis Diaz has joined Bayern Munich in a deal worth £65.5 million for Liverpool. In terms of incomings, the Reds have been busy this window, and there could potentially be more arrivals. Newcastle United striker Alexander Isak continues to be linked with the Sweden international, reportedly telling his club that he wants to pursue opportunities elsewhere. There also continues to be reports in Spain over the future of Real Madrid winger Rodrigo. The Reds are one of the teams to have been linked with an interest. Liverpool contract agreed. A very July welcome from the Echo Sports desk here in Merseyside. Some contract news now, and it's to do with Liverpool women. Forward Mia Enderby has signed a new contract. The England under-23 international has committed her future by putting pen to paper on fresh terms. The 20-year-old has made 42 appearances and scored 6 goals since arriving at the club in the summer of 2023. "Off the pitch we're a big family," said Enderby. "It's really important to have a bond with the players because obviously that helps us on the pitch as well. We just can't wait to get started now." Florian Wirtz farewell. As reported by RTL/NTV and Sport.de, Florian Wirtz and Bayer Leverkusen plan to stage a proper farewell in front of the club's supporters. Apparently the midfielder could be hopping on a plane to Germany after Liverpool's friendly versus Athletic Club at Anfield on Monday, August 4th, so that he can attend Leverkusen versus Pisa at the Bay Arena on Tuesday, August 5th. There he will get to say his farewell in person, as he did not have the chance to do so before his £116 million move to join the Reds. Liverpool defender completes loan transfer to link up with son of Anfield legend. Liverpool youngster Isaac Mabaya has completed a loan move to Wigan Athletic. The defender, who made his senior debut last season in the FA Cup defeat to Plymouth Argyle, joins the League One club ahead of its first match of the season on Saturday against Northampton Town. The right-back joined Liverpool at 6 years old and is set to experience his first loan spell away from the club, and the first opportunity to play regular senior matches. Mayaba is well regarded in the club's youth ranks, and was a central part of the under-21 squad last season. He joins Brentford's Ryan Trevitt, who also signed for Wigan on loan on Thursday. "I am delighted to be here, and can't wait to get started," Mayaba told Wigan's website upon signing. "Speaking to the head coach about what he expects from me, I believe I can bring value to the team. I've had a few conversations with the gaffer, and I really like his philosophies and way of playing. I think it will be a great place to develop my career. I know how big the club is, and can't wait to play in front of the fans. I've heard about how important the supporters are to the team and how good the fanbase is, and I can't wait to play in front of them." Head coach Ryan Lowe added, "I've known of Isaac for many years. He's had a few injuries, but feels like he's back to where he belongs. I nearly signed him when I was at Preston North End, knowing his pedigree and what he's about. He's a powerful right-wing back who will definitely give us something down the right-hand side. We saw him firsthand against us for Liverpool under-21s, and he's fit, firing, and really excited to be here. We're delighted to have him on board and feel he'll be a really good addition." Mayaba is the 4th Liverpool player to leave on loan this summer. Owen Beck moved to Derby County last week. Harvey Davies completed a short-term switch to Crawley Town, while Vitoslav Jaros will spend the 2025/26 campaign at Ajax. At Wigan, Mayaba will play alongside James Carragher, son of Liverpool legend Jamie. The 20-year-old, who signed a professional contract in 2023, is the fourth loan signing of the window for the Latics. Mayaba will have a quick start to life in the EFL. Wigan face 7 matches before the end of August, including a trip to Luton Town, a Premier League club just 2 years ago. Liverpool move for Alexander Isak raises stakes for Arsenal amid Eberekie's chase. Just a few days before his new Liverpool contract was announced, Virgil van Dijk offered a hint of what was to come at the club. The Reds captain signed a 2-year deal in April, doing so seemingly armed with the knowledge that Liverpool had a transfer master plan ready to be launched. "I think they're planning to make it a big summer," Van Dijk revealed. "So we all have to trust the board to do the right job." You would be hard-pressed to find a Liverpool supporter unhappy with what has transpired since. By the end of June, the Reds had wrapped up a club record £116 million deal for Florian Wirtz, secured Jeremy Frimpong as a replacement for Trent Alexander-Arnold, and signed Milos Kerkez for £40m. Hugo Ekitike has since joined, and it means that Liverpool have spent close to £300 million this summer before returning from their tour to Asia. Ominously for their title rivals, the spree does not appear to be over. A new centre-back remains on the wish list. Most notably, Liverpool are in pole position to sign Alexander Isak after the striker informed Newcastle he wants to leave. Isak moving to Anfield would be a painful sight for Arsenal in particular, who have held long-term interest in the forward. Whether Ekitike and Wirtz will have an instant impact is up for debate, but Isak is as close to a banker as you could find. The Swede's signing would raise the stakes in this season's title race, adding further firepower to a Liverpool side that scored at least 14 more league goals than any other club last season. Liverpool did not win any of their last 4 matches and still finished 10 points clear of Arsenal in second. It is therefore a huge statement of intent to back that up with a summer of spending that could top £500 million by September 1st, and it leaves them as favourites to defend their crown. Noni Madueke has been added to the ranks too, but if Isak did sign for Liverpool, the conclusion looking at the two squads would be that Arne Slot's side are far better equipped in attack. Arsenal fans will be placing plenty of faith in the club, tempting Eberekie's from South to North London to redress the balance. The hope for Arsenal, Manchester City and all those with title ambitions will be that Liverpool's new faces take time to settle. There are Premier League managers with worse problems than how to fit Mohamed Salah, Ekitike, Wirtz and Isak into the same side, but it would be a dilemma nonetheless for Slot. Liverpool will surely get stronger as the season goes on, and so a fast start is imperative for their rivals. That, though, will be a tall order for Arsenal. In their first 6 matches of the season, the Gunners face Manchester United, Liverpool and Newcastle away from home, as well as Manchester City at the Emirates. The trip to Anfield on August 31st in the 3rd match of the campaign feels an important one. For Liverpool, a first chance to show they are armed strongly enough in attack to outgun their nearest challengers and the league's best defence. Arsenal, and in particular Gyökeres, have the chance to prove they are up for the fight. The Gunners do not need to go goal for goal with Liverpool over the season. Mikel Arteta's side play in a highly structured manner, and have a world-class defence to fall back on. The problem for Arsenal is Slot brought a more controlled approach to Liverpool last season and still provided the platform for Salah to have his best goal-scoring campaign in 8 years. With 2 of Europe's brightest attacking talents added to the ranks and Isak potentially to follow, Liverpool have laid down a marker before a ball has been kicked. Thanks for watching. Like and comment. Subscribe.